GM's badge-engineered budget car, the Chevrolet Aveo. The Aveo was one of General Motors' most widely rebadged subcompact cars of the 2000s, thanks to GM's ownership of Daewoo, its original manufacturer. Designed as a low-cost global vehicle, the Aveo found its way into markets under multiple badges, including Pontiac, Suzuki, and Holden. While it wasn't known for its refinement or performance, its affordability made it a popular choice for budget-conscious buyers. The Daewoo Kalos. The story of the Aveo began in South Korea as a Daewoo Kalos introduced in 2002. General Motors has acquired Daewoo Motors after the Korean company struggled financially, and rather than developing an entire new small car for the global market, GM chose to rebadge the Kalos under the Chevrolet nameplate for North America. For Europe, they actually chose to keep the name Kalos, so it was the Chevrolet Kalos. This was a very simple front-wheel drive subcompact with a 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine that produced around 103 horsepower. While that wasn't enough to excite driving enthusiasts, it was adequate for city driving and daily commuting. The car was engineered to be inexpensive to manufacture with a basic suspension, a budget-friendly interior, and minimal high-tech features. This approach helped GM keep costs low and appeal to entry-level car buyers. The Chevrolet Aveo arrives in North America. In 2004, Chevrolet introduced the Aveo in the US and Canadian markets as its most affordable model, which was starting at around $10,000 US. Available in both 4-doors sedan and 5-doors hatchback version, the Aveo was designed to attract first-time car buyers, students, and those looking for a very basic transportation. Despite its modest engine output, the Aveo was surprisingly spacious for its class. It offered decent interior room for passengers and cargo, making it a very practical choice for urban drivers. The early models came with a 5-speed manual transmission as standard, while a 4-speed automatic was available as an option. Sales were quite strong in the beginning, with Chevrolet selling over 50,000 units in the first full year. The Aveo quickly became one of GM's best-selling small cars in North America, proving that there was a strong demand for a budget-friendly vehicle. Over the years, Chevrolet made minor updates to the design and features, but the basic formula remained the same: an inexpensive, fuel-efficient car with simple mechanics. By the time production ended in 2011, Chevrolet had sold over 1 million Aveos worldwide, if we count all the rebadging models, with the US being one of the biggest markets. Before continuing this video, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. Thanks again. The Pontiac Wave. This car was originally only for the Canadian market. Later, GM changed the name to Pontiac G3, and that one was also sold in the US. While mechanically identical, featured the Pontiac signature split grille, and also some changes in the interior. It was positioned as the entry-level Pontiac. They were still selling the Sunfire until 2005, so during a short period you could have found a Wave and a Sunfire in the same showroom. In 2009, it was briefly renamed the Pontiac G3 Wave, but with Pontiac shutting down in 2009, this was their last compact car ever. The Suzuki Swift Plus. This was another Canadian exclusivity. So in Canada, they had the Aveo, the Wave, and also the Swift Plus. It was sold from 2004 to 2011. This version was mechanically again identical to the Aveo with a different grille and slightly different trim options. Suzuki had built a reputation in Canada for selling small fuel-efficient cars, and the Swift Plus fit neatly into the lineup. However, despite its name, the Swift Plus had little in common with the real Suzuki Swift, which was sold in other markets as a sportier, better built hatchback. I think since Suzuki had registered the trademark name Swift, they simply reuse it in Canada to save some money. Now let's continue with the Holden Barina. In Australia, GM replaced the Opel-based Holden Barina with a rebadged Chevrolet Aveo in 2005. While the previous Barina had been based on the Opel Corsa, the switch to the Aveo platform was driven by cost-cutting measures within GM. The Holden Barina name had built up a decent reputation in Australia, but the new model received mixed reviews. I wonder why. Australian buyers were initially unimpressed by the Aveo-based Barina, criticizing the cheap interior materials, lackluster driving dynamics, and dated design. However, the car still sold reasonably well due to its low price, and it remained in production until a new generation model replaced it in 2011. GM also introduced a heavily facelifted model of the Aveo. And in South Korea and probably other markets, they called it the Daewoo Gentra X. And if there wasn't enough rebadging for you, well, there was also the Raven Nexia R3. This was based on the facelifted version. It was sold in Uzbekistan under GM's budget-friendly Raven brand. But what's weird about this model is that it was introduced in 2015. So GM stopped the production of the first gen in 2011 everywhere in the world. And all of a sudden in 2015, they brought it back the same way under this Raven name. This was a decision obviously made to cut costs to the maximum. I don't have the price on how much it costed in Uzbekistan, but if you know, please leave a comment down below. I'm really curious. Anyway, the Aveo was eventually replaced by the Chevrolet Sonic in North America in 2012. The Sonic was a significant improvement over the Aveo, offering better performance, higher quality materials, and many more modern features, including Apple CarPlay. For the second generation, they didn't rebadge it to oblivion like the first gen. There was also the Holden Barina, and that's it. Only two different models for the same car. While the Aveo may not be remembered as a groundbreaking car, it was a very practical and affordable choice for many drivers worldwide. Its widespread rebadging under different brands reflected GM's strategy at the time. They did it with minivans, with pickup trucks, with subcompacts, with SUVs, and I guess it worked to a certain extent. Today, surviving examples of the Aveo can still be found on the road, serving as a reminder of an era where affordability was king in the small car segment. If you liked this video, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. This is all I'm asking. And, well, leave a like and a comment if you have a bit more time. See you in the next video.